Now, Fox Carolina investigates. A mother is suing an upstate sheriff's office, saying her son died after deputies left him alone in a full-body restraint device for nearly 7 hours.
Our investigative team has spent months digging into how agencies in our area use physical restraints and found gaps in policies that are critical in preventing their misuse.
This is called the wrap.
The first part is the ankle strap.
The restraint device can look frightening.
It's just a harness that goes over her.
But the makers of the wrap say it's meant to stop struggles between law enforcement and detainees fast, without causing pain.
We save injuries both on the personnel side and then on the community side. Those are driving forces behind what we do.
Pain isn't the only risk when someone is placed in restraints, though.
Because this is billed as pain-free, there can be a temptation to view it as being not dangerous at all in any way, and that's not the same thing.
What if a law enforcement agency uses questionable tactics? That's what the family of Johnny Bollinger believes. They filed a lawsuit claiming misuse of the restraint played a role in his death. Bollinger was arrested around 5 a.m. on December 16, 2022. He was taken to the Cherokee County Detention Center and placed in the wrap. He became unresponsive at approximately 11:28 a.m. and taken to the emergency room where he died at 12:49 p.m. But what happened during the last 8 hours of Bollinger's life is under dispute. In March, Johnny's mother filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Cherokee County, the sheriff's office, and Southern Health Partners, which provides care to inmates in the jail, claiming Johnny was not regularly checked on after being placed in the wrap. The lawsuit says he, quote, suffered extreme anxiety, agitation, and stress leading to cardiac arrest. In a court filing, the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office confirms Bollinger was placed in the wrap but denies the other allegations. Fox Carolina Investigates filed a Freedom of Information Act request to obtain the policies for using the wrap in Cherokee County Detention Center.
All right.
The policy says use of the wrap must be authorized by a shift supervisor, and an observation log must be maintained with updates noted on the detainee every 15 minutes.
We have a maximum of 2 hours in the wrap that we try to put somebody in. If they continue to be aggressive, then we can do another 2 hours for no more than 6 hours at a time.
The lawsuit claims Bollinger was in the wrap for nearly 7 hours. The Cherokee County Sheriff's Office denied our request for the observation log from Bollinger's arrest, saying, quote, we believe that observation log is part of the medical records. The Cherokee County Coroner's Office ruled Bollinger's death an accident, meth toxicity complicating hypertensive cardiovascular disease.
Meth is a stimulant. It affects the cardiac physiology. So your heart rate is going to go up. If you then restrain them, likely they're not wanting to be restrained, and that also stimulates them and drives their heart rate up.
The creator of the wrap, Safe Restraints, Inc., is not part of the lawsuit. But CEO Charles Hammond says monitoring the health of the people in the device is critical.
They may be intoxicated. They may have blood pressure or elevated heart rate. Those need to be addressed. And so the job's not done when the fight's over. The job's not done when we're making sure that they're breathing. The job is done when we have the care placed upon them to give us the best chance of having a positive outcome.
Hammond says the wrap was designed for versatility, so someone's legs can be unbound while their hands remain cuffed to get them up and moving. The Cherokee County Detention Center's policy says range of motion exercises should be performed regularly, but doesn't specify how often in the documents we were provided.
Anytime you immobilize anybody for a period of time, you start risking blood clots.
Dr. Janice Monday, an assistant professor at Furman University who has studied police interactions extensively, says having clear policies protects the community and law enforcement.
One of the problems that we've seen time and time again, whether it's with a physical restraint or the use of violent force for that matter, is that communities of color, time and time again, are disproportionately going to be negatively impacted. Those policies not only helps the public, but it makes sure that law enforcement are able to say that they are applying whatever this technique is or mechanism equitably across the population.
We uncovered that 7 sheriff's offices in South Carolina used the wrap and determined through records requests that includes the Anderson and Pickens County sheriff's offices. We asked for copies of their policies for using the wrap, and while the policies we saw had similarities, none of them were identical in time limits for the wrap or how often the detainee should get exercise. Pickens County Sheriff's Office provided us with their policy for a restraint chair, adding, quote, although the attached policy does not specifically state wrap restraint device in the title or mention it in the policy itself, I have been assured that this is the policy they follow when using the wrap restraint. The Anderson County Sheriff's Office said it has been, quote, testing the wrap for about a year, but doesn't have a written policy yet. After we started asking questions, a spokesperson for the Anderson County Sheriff's Office told us they were working to write a policy for the device.
Without a written policy, they're kind of guessing, training, and then having a solid policy that goes along with that. That's fundamental.
For Bollinger's family, they claim, according to the lawsuit, officials' failure to follow training and policy cost him his life.
Their bodies are not able to move freely. And so we don't want to overlook the fact that these are still human beings. They're still citizens, and they're still entitled to their due process rights.
We asked Cherokee County for a copy of Bollinger's arrest warrant, but the sheriff told us there wasn't one because he died before he could be served.
Now, Cherokee County officials and Southern Health Partners declined to comment on that lawsuit. And the attorney for Bollinger's family released a statement saying, quote, the family misses Mr. Bollinger very much. He was not perfect. But who of us is? He was a father, son, brother, and friend who was and is loved.